Right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the latest edition of Lockdown with Pete Graves here on Gala Events. Well, whether you're watching it online or on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook, welcome to all of you. And today we're talking cricket once again. I'm delighted to say it, joined by an England legend, a county legend as well, Mr. Dominic Cork. You're shaking your head, Dominic. Come on, you are a legend now.
Oh, no, I don't mind county legend, but not England. Played a little bit of cricket for England, but I wouldn't say a legend. And also, I just want to say that is the sun in Derby. People say it's never sunny in Derby. It is sunny here. You haven't got it in Newcastle, I know that, so we've got it in Derby.
No, I've actually had to turn on my bedside lamp here, basically, to make it look like it's bright, but it's grey as anything here. And I will use the word legend with you, Dom, because I know every time I see you, I remind you that I was in the crowd at Old Trafford when you got that hat-trick against the West Indies. It was one of my highlights as a sport fan. So what a live moment highlight that. So I'm forever thankful for that, Dominic.
I didn't think you'd be old enough. 1995, that was. You must have been like, what, about 2 or 3 at that stage? But yeah, it was a decent day, that.
I didn't want to make you feel bad, but I was fairly young, yeah.
Thanks.
So come on then, we might talk about that in a bit, but let's talk about lockdown, because the first thing I've noticed is you've got a cracking haircut and mine is getting out of hand. So tell us how's that happening?
Amazing. Obviously, it's good when your wife's a hairdresser and she owned a salon. Well, she owned salons she's retired now, but all of her life. So she's happy because she can do her own hair, which is, I think, a lot of ladies are struggling, to know how to do their hairs and colours and different cuts, and for a man it's a bit easier, as you know. It's just make it look a little bit easier, shave it up the sides, make it a little bit more neater on top. And it's the first time actually I've put a little bit of product in today. It's the first time in the whole of lockdown I actually didn't know where it was. A bit of gel in there. I thought, I've not done this for a long time, because you're not putting anything in your hair. Bothered, you're at home, aren't you? Either in the garden or watching TV or cooking. That's the only thing I do.
So true. Yeah, I only try and look good for my laptop now. That's the only one I'm trying to impress, which is quite sad, isn't it?
Oh, and quizzes. Sometimes that's a bit of a lie. I may put a T-shirt on for a quiz, because how many quizzes are there out there? How many family quizzes? And I know more now about. It's like I've been to school again. I know capitals of countries. I know that Stoke had 2 Ballon d'Or winners playing for them. And who knew that Stoke had 2 Ballon d'Or winners? I didn't, and I'm a Stoke fan.
You missing the football, missing your Stoke City?
Yeah, look, I think everybody's missing football. And it's such a tough time, because, that is, it's what people love to do on a Saturday is to actually go and watch, not even a Saturday, throughout the week, to turn on Sky Sports News, to see transfers, to see all the big moves that, and I think people are missing that so much. And hopefully it sounds like it is gently coming back, and we will see live football. We saw it from Germany at the weekend, and it was strange to see it without crowds. But yeah, I'm missing watching Stoke, even though we're in that relegation position, and since Michael O'Neill's taken over the managerial reins, he's got us out of a little bit of trouble. But maybe if they do restart the championship, it could be a dramatic end.
And of course, what about cricket? You must be missing not only coaching but watching as well, and everything that comes along with it.
Yeah, throughout the winter, I've been lucky enough to be abroad, commentating on quite a lot of events. So in South Africa, I did the Mzansi Super League. I went to India and did some work out there in the studio. And just as lockdown was hitting, and we were hearing obviously how bad coronavirus. I was in Pakistan. It was the first time I'd been back to Pakistan. So it was great to do that, but now all of a sudden that's dried up, and I was looking forward to going out to the IPL. That obviously has been put on hold, and taking over, as you say, coaching role at Derbyshire. We got the T20 finals day last year for the first time, the last county to do it, and it was great to be coach and to take such a unfashionable, people, Derbyshire can't get their county there, and we were looking forward to this year. Whether it happens, who knows? I hope it does, because I'm desperate to get back there. But I think it has to be safe, it has to be right, and let's just wait and see.
Yeah, Is that the situation as far as you're concerned? Would you rather just wait for as long as it takes and then get everything finished that needs to be finished, or you know, I mean, I want to say finished, but do you mean would you just keep waiting, or do you think there's an urgency to get it back as soon as possible?
Well, I think there's an urgency to get a lot of things back in life. You know, everybody wants that normality back. Of course they do. I think it's a shock to everybody's system to have to go through the times that we're going through at the moment, locked in, only allowed to go out a certain number of times a day or to certain places, wear masks and things like that. But I think it'd be great if, obviously, over a period of time, we talk about the R rate. We all know about the R rate. So obviously, that's hopefully going down. And then sport will come back as a collective. I'm very keen, as obviously a Derbyshire T20 coach, to get back to work. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know a lot of the players are champing at the bit. They're still doing, like the footballers are, they're still working at home. They still have fitness plans put in place. And there's a lot of domestic cricketers, never mind international cricketers, who just want to play some cricket this year. You know, people who are coming towards the end of their contracts. You know, we've heard a lot about footballers whose contracts are up this year, clubs that might go out of business. You know, there's a lot of cricket clubs out there in very similar type of situations where, you know, Derbyshire is not a massive account. It needs revenue. It needs to earn money. There's a lot of cricketers out there who obviously would like to play. We'll wait and see. And hopeful, Pete, that we can get some cricket. I think we'll get international cricket, definitely, but hopefully we'll get some sort of domestic cricket as well.
It's been a great time for England as well, hasn't it? I mean, you know, they've won the World Cup. It's a 50-over World Cup. There's the 20 T20 version coming up. I mean, they got a good chance in that one, do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, the way that England obviously did in last year's World Cup, that crest of a wave that they built leading up to that. Obviously, you know, it's a new coaching or new coaches put in place now under Chris Silverwood. Any T20 World Cup is something that England want to win. Obviously, you know, we go back to the Paul Collingwood win in the West Indies and how that really transformed our game here. And I think England are starting to show that they're a force. It's never going to be easy to go to Australia if it happens. You know, we've got to think, will this happen? Will it be put back a year? Will it be put back 6 months? So that'll be a decision that obviously the ICC will have to make. But England are in a good place. They've got some good players. Be interesting to see how this works. I hear a lot about this is going to be a squad of 30 over the next 2 months. And I think that will be good for England, that you're going to see fringe players perhaps you've not heard a lot about, that have been on England A tour, that have been on development squad. They'll be part of that 30-man squad that will be kept together, isolated together, and hopefully given international recognition and transform themselves into being international players.
When you look back on your own career, Dom, not necessarily England career, but also county career and I guess coaching as well. I mean, what would you say is the proudest moment or moments that stick out in your memories?
I think county-wise is making your debut. And that was for Derbyshire. It was against New Zealand, which was a tour match back in, I think it was 1989. Was it, or 1990? I always forget 89. I think it was 1990. And I made my debut against New Zealand. And just to walk out there, even though, you know, people say it was at Derbyshire, you know, look at that ground, you know, there was 2 people. And it was actually quite a big crowd because it was a tourist game. But I think walking out as a first-class cricketer was an amazing, not achievement, but actually a proud moment for me and my family, who really, you know, as a collective, they not push me, but they'd always been there and supported me. Went to Warwickshire first and wasn't offered anything, and came to Derbyshire under a YTS, the old youth training scheme. You're a little bit too young to remember that, but youth training scheme, £27.50 a week for 2 years, and then made my debut. So that would be obviously domestically making my debut, and then obviously making my debut for England. And people always probably think, well, you made your debut in 95 in test matches. Yeah, I did, but I also made my debut in 92 in one-day internationals with my hero, Ian Beaufort, having watched him and wanting to meet him. I then played his last game. I didn't realise. I only played because Chris Lewis had toothache at Old Trafford in 1992 against Pakistan. So I entered the field with Ian Botham, and that could probably be one of the proudest moments.
Oh, incredible story, that. Fantastic. Going back to the current game, and there was obviously we were meant to have the 100, which obviously isn't going to be happening now. What are your thoughts generally on that new format of the game?
I was a little bit sceptical when it came out because I thought, why are we changing something that is working as in T20? Could we have gone down a franchise way of doing this, like say a Big Bash or an IPL? Well, listening to it and seeing how the draft went. Sky did that draft, excellent draft for the 100, and the different franchises and the teams. I'm looking forward to it. I think the 100 will be completely different, even though it's very similar to T20. It's similar to T10. There's a T10 competition out in UAE that went down really well with the players. So it's just grabbing the public's imagination, and I think that's what you have to do. T20, when I played the first season in 2003, and I remember turning up at Headingley, and people it was like a laugh and a giggle. We had an hour and 10 minutes to get through our 20 overs, and I was captain. We did it in 45 minutes. We were running through overs thinking we don't want to lose 6 runs. We did it in 45. We won the game. We beat Yorkshire, but it was just, and that's how it was. And maybe T10 will take a bit of time. It won't be a laugh and a giggle. It's been sold as this new brand of the game, and I'm sure that it will be taken very seriously. And let's hope that the public get behind it, support it, because I think we need to make sure that, especially after what's happened with coronavirus and all sports and the losses that sports are going to make, that we need to make sure that this brand of the game helps obviously finance the future of the sport, which is obviously at the moment is not looking as healthy as it did.
Yeah, absolutely right. It'd be nice to get any form of cricket back as soon as possible. Before I let you go, Dom, because I know you got to go back and respray your barbecue and do
or paint me decking. I did that for 5 days. I hate decking and painting. No.
I bet your garden looks fantastic. Almost as good as your hair. We're going to ask you about Gala Events, because obviously we're doing this for today, but I host a lot of them, and I know you've been a guest at a lot of Gala's events as well. Just for people watching this and maybe not been along before to one of the events at Lord's or wherever, just how good are they? How much do you enjoy doing them?
Oh, they're great because, you always seem to have a good bunch of people in the actual, wherever it is, Edgbaston, Lords, like you say, at dinners. Always have very good, people to like yourself, a lot of international sportsmen, not just cricketers, sportsmen, that will come and do a Q&A session wherever you are in the facility you're in. You get top draw international sportsmen or ex-sportsmen that will come in. Quality food, even though I've never had the food in there, it looks quality food. And just a great day. I think that's what it's all about. And especially after what we've had to put ourselves through here, where everybody's desperate to do something different. Who's desperate to go to a restaurant at the moment, a pub, just to be normal. So a gala event now, a day at any sporting occasion now is something that everybody looks forward to. So I would say to everybody, for me, who comes and actually tries to entertain, it is good. But I think for you, you're getting quality in the people that come in, the food that's hosted, the people in there, and the whole company, because they look after you.
Brilliant. Dom, it's been absolutely great to see you, and enjoy what you can the rest of lockdown, and we look forward to seeing you at a Gala event very soon.
No problem. See you soon, Pete.